earthquakes were back-to-back this morning with epicenters only a mile apart. After a 4.5 last night, there was another 4.5 at 9:33 this morning. It was followed by a 3.4 about 10 minutes later, 2 miles northeast of Yorba. There have been no reports of any injury or damage. NBC4's Patrick Healy has the latest from Caltech.
Earthquake, earthquake.
10 seconds of advance warning for Caltech that waves of shaking were emanating from the earthquake epicentered in Yorba last night and again this morning from a near identical 4.5.
Unfortunately, though, it was a little bit close to Pasadena, so we didn't get much warning.
In Fontana, there was swaying, and near the epicenter at a shop, there was some broken glass.
These were all on the shelves mainly in the front of the store.
Tough luck here, but elsewhere, thankfully, damage almost nil.
We've been calling this either a double earthquake, since there are two about the same size, or a small swarm.
The first at 11:23 p.m. last night at the edge of a Yorba residential neighborhood. The second 4.5 just a few blocks and 10 hours and 10 minutes later, followed 18 minutes later by a 3.4 magnitude aftershock. Others too small to feel.
This shows the earthquakes that we've recorded so far, so there's 20 or 30 of them.
Small doubles are not that unusual. Back in June of 1989, Montebello was also shaken by a pair of 4.5s only an hour apart. Rule of thumb is there's a 5% chance any quake will be followed by a larger one about the same size, twice as likely.
So it's on the order of 10% of the time. We have two earthquakes that are close enough in size that we call it a double.
Seismologists believe the Yorba cluster occurred near the Whittier Fault, but not necessarily on it. It does not tell us anything more about when the big one will happen, but
we do know that we're getting closer to the big one.